What is a baby really trying to say when they cry? Are they hungry, tired, sick, or lonely? Or, do they simply want to be heard? Perhaps every cry we try to silence without understanding is actually the deepest translation of a language. You'll be surprised when you learn the truth. What do we know? A baby can't speak. But a brain responds to emotions even in the womb. As soon as a baby is born, they seek eye contact. They crave skin-to-skin touch, an echo to sound, a response to the heart. But what do? If they cry, we say they must be hungry. We feed them. We hush them. If they don't sleep, we rock them until they're exhausted. Without trying to understand, we just try to silence them. Yet a baby doesn't cry only when they're hungry. Crying is their language, their expression, their first story. And every cry carries a deeper meaning. Sometimes they just want to be held. Sometimes they feel too hot. Sometimes they're simply looking for their mother's scent. Sometimes they just want their voice to be heard in a loneliness they don't yet understand. Because babies grow not with consciousness, but with emotion. A baby's cry is not just a sound, it's a call. See me, understand me, I'm here. And every unanswered call becomes a small loneliness inside their inner world. Over time, that loneliness may turn into resignation, then silence, then suppression of feelings. Scientific studies show that babies who are constantly neglected and left without a response to their cries tend to have higher stress levels. Cortisol levels rise, and brain development is hindered. Emotional regulation, the ability to identify and manage one's emotions, may remain underdeveloped. Later, these children may experience anxiety disorders, attachment issues, and lack of trust. Rather than trying to hush a crying baby, trying to understand the reason behind the cry is the first step to bonding. Because a baby feels safe not when they are silent, but when they are understood. And safety is the strongest foundation for growth. Listening to a baby cry is like hearing secret messages in their voice. Maybe not a lullaby, but a whisper of awareness. Motherhood isn't just about meeting needs. Motherhood is the art of sensing them before they arise. Because a baby doesn't cry just to be fed, but to be acknowledged. Every touch from the outside world leaves a trace in their inner world. Needs that go unheard in infancy return on the adult stage wearing other masks. Excessive anger, hunger for love, self-denial. That's why every response to a crying baby shapes not just that moment, but the future. Because some needs aren't silenced, they're suppressed. And every suppressed feeling eventually returns in some form. That's why listening isn't just done with ears, but with the heart. So what should you do when a baby cries? First, a mother should pause and try to understand. The baby's facial expression, tone of voice, and style of crying reveal a lot. Are they hungry, need a diaper change, or just want to be held? Start by making eye contact. Speak in a calm tone. Hold them close, let them hear your heartbeat, help them feel your presence. Provide physical touch, but let that touch come with peace, not panic. Sometimes a mother's presence alone is enough. Remember, crying is not a problem, it's communication. And every mother can eventually learn her baby's language. It starts with the willingness to listen. But what if the baby never stops crying? That's where caution is needed. Not every cry stems from emotional need. If a baby cries intensely, persistently, for a long time, and doesn't calm even when held, if feeding, diaper changes, and closeness are already taken care of, this could be a sign of a medical issue. Colic, reflux, allergies, ear infections, or other conditions may be the cause. That's why for a constantly crying baby, it's important to consider both emotional needs and to consult a pediatrician. Sometimes love is enough. But sometimes, love must be accompanied by medical support. So how can a mother understand why her baby is crying? First, pay attention to the type of cry. A hunger cry is usually rhythmic and builds in intensity. With gas pain, the baby pulls their knees toward the tummy, scrunches their face, and the crying comes in sudden outbursts. Tired crying sounds like fussy whining, stopping and starting intermittently. Cries from emotional needs often stop immediately when the baby is held or soothed through eye contact and voice. Over time, a mother can distinguish these different signals. Listening, observing, and being patient are the key parts of this process. Would you like to share this information with a mother who's recently given birth? Maybe a baby's sense of trust starts with you. Share this video, because one moment of awareness can change a life. When you were a child and cried, who understood you? Who simply held you, without trying to hush you? Do you remember? Write it in the comments. Because every memory shared can be a light for someone else. In the next video, we'll talk about how intelligence develops during the 0 to 3 year period. Because a child's brain in those years is like a construction site, every experience, every touch, every word lays a brick. Maybe the potential for the future isn't built during playtime, but in the silent moments spent in a mother's arms. Knowledge is power. Subscribe, follow, hold the power in your hands. What do we know?